On this episode, we will be exploring one of Korea's most beloved dishes, Tonkatsu. So what is Tonkatsu? We're gonna go to 3 different types of restaurants, one cheap, one medium, and one expensive, to find out which one is the best value and bang for your buck the next time you come to Korea. We're gonna show you some of the most creative ways Koreans have done and cooked this dish to perfection. What's up guys, John back with another video, and today we're gonna eat something very delicious. We are in Gangnam right now and we are in a park, but this place is right across from this park right here. We're gonna eat some tonkatsu. So if you guys don't know what that is, it is a Koreanized version of schnitzel. Okay, so fried pork, but they have different cuts, and this place is supposed to be very expensive. So you'll see some very good food. Let's go eat some schnitzel.
Oh, you want the English?
Ah, it's a waiting line. That's cool.
Let's do it later. So
the great thing right when you get into this restaurant, it's called Katsu by Konban, and it's a Japanese themed Korean restaurant, and I love how you can see through the kitchen. It just makes for a more pleasant experience, I feel, when you can see what's going on with your food. And here it is, there are 2 types of katsu here. There's one called hire and roast. So roast is actually pork roast, and hire katsu is made with lean pork tenderloin, while roast katsu uses a richer cut of pork that comes with a strip of fat along the side. So I ordered a roast katsu. And I usually don't get this because I'm not a really big fan of like the fat choice, although I know it has a lot of flavor in it. But this place I thought was very interesting because it came with some sauce with some pickled radish to kind of cleanse your palate while you're eating like greasy foods. This sauce was amazing. I felt like this roast piece, and you can tell how nicely breaded this was. And when you're eating katsu, they don't usually over flavor the batter, so it's actually kind of like plain batter. So it's up to you how you want to flavor it. Some places will have wet sauces, and then some places will have like salt and pepper only. So using this piece of hire katsu, I felt like the hire katsu was a little bit pink on the inside, and they do it on purpose to give it a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say chewy texture, but it really was a very pleasant experience in your mouth. The crunchiness of the outside was amazing. I felt this place was really well done, and the sauces were very simple, in fact. And with the 2 pieces and 2 cuts that we had, we were actually savoring the whole time. If you want to spend a little bit more money and get the set, it comes with rice as well as a miso soup. But we decided just to go with the katsu to just kind of get a good taste of what it's supposed to taste like. I used this salad dressing that they had for their salad, and it was still very good. My wife just ground up some pepper on my plate, and I tried it with the pepper to give it the more kind of meat taste, if you will. You can kind of actually taste what it's supposed to taste like very cleanly and very simply. So I would highly recommend at least trying out this place. It is a little bit on the pricier side, about 10 to 12,000 won per plate. All right, guys, just finished from there. It was delicious, and they gave us a little candy. For the roast one was how much?
13,000원.
So 1,000, 13,000. So it's about 12,000.
And then soup and lettuce.
Yeah.
Then the set menu is 17,000원.
Oh yeah. So if you add rice and the miso soup, it's $4 more. So it's about 17 for the set, which everyone pretty much ordered, and they ordered something to drink. But we just wanted to try the katsu itself. And the hire is
11,000원.
okay, so that one's 11. It's a little bit cheaper. So the roast is a little bit more expensive. It has a little bit sliver of fat on there, if you guys could see it. But let's move on to the next place. We're at the second location, and we are at a very unique location because we're at a tteokbokki place. And if you guys don't know what tteokbokki is, it's Korean rice cakes that it's kind of like a street food. And we are at Sillim, exit 3 on the second floor at the Sammo tower. And we're gonna go to this place, Manyo, to check out their Tonkatsu. Let's go. So this place is a little bit special. It's kind of like Korean hot pot style, where you get a hot pot in the middle. So we're thinking about, this is a tteokbokki restaurant, which is a rice cake restaurant. So it's kind of like a buffet style tteokbokki food. So tteokbokki is a street food that you usually see on the side of the road. But in this case, they kind of made it into a deluxe version of that. And it's my wife's favorite type of Korean food, so therefore she went crazy with all the toppings. You guys can see here it's a self-help bar. Cheese tteokbokki, you got regular types of tteokbokki, all kinds of tteokbokki that you can dream of, they have it here. So it's pretty much a starchy kind of noodle material. You can throw in all kinds of stuff, even including ramen noodles as well. But she loves this place, and there's a ton of different variety and options. I came here to mainly eat this, the Korean style tonkatsu. And the Korean style is basically a flat, battered down piece of pork, and it is thinly battered and hammered and then deep fried into a big flat piece of tonkatsu. And Koreans like to eat it this way. It is their traditional way. We were trying to find the sauce, and we couldn't find it. And when we finally did, Koreans love to drizzle the sauce all over the top of the tonkatsu. Doesn't that look delicious? And I am ready to eat. On the other island, separate island, they also had a variety of fried goods, including fried mandu, which is dumplings, fried mushrooms here, and they also had some fried glass noodles, which is this right here, as well as some really surprisingly good fried chicken, which I will explain a little bit later. Once you get to your table, you just add the powder into the boiling soup, and you mix and enjoy. So I made myself a bowl of this kimchi with some rice and seaweed to go along with my tonkatsu. And when you cut the tonkatsu, this is how they usually serve it. They serve it cut, and so you can kind of look at it from the inside. It was really nice and soft and savory type of pork, which is pretty weird considering this is a tteokbokki restaurant and their quality is so good. Right here we have some cheese stuffed tteokbokki, and I would really highly recommend you guys try this because the cheese with the spiciness of the tteokbokki sauce really complements each other very well. My wife loves these tiny sausages that you might find in some tteokbokki recipes and restaurants, and this was also very good because there's some cheese stuffed in it as well. So Koreans love cheese. This is called kimmari, which is seaweed wrapped around some glass noodles and deep fried. And this is one of my favorite traditional Korean foods or street foods that you can find at the tteokbokki place. The tonkatsu at this place, I would highly recommend if you want to try other things on the menu and other types of Korean traditional street foods, because it's not the main part of the food, but it serves as a complementary type of food that goes along with some of these traditional foods, such as this one, which is a fried dumpling that has vegetables and glass noodles inside. I usually like to eat my food with rice because for me, I just, love that flavor a little bit more. But, it's always good to try out different flavors and mix and match with your, when you come here to Korea. I really like, actually my wife kind of introduced me to a tteokbokki, and I don't really prefer it, but I don't mind it as well. This is Korean blood sausage, and for me, it is not one of my favorite foods, but I'm sure there are many of you out there that love that gelatinous texture. So we're talking about the fried food island that they had separated. I got myself an extra more rice with some more kimchi and seaweed with some mayo. Believe it or not, it tastes amazing. They had some fried blood sausage here, which I just wanted to try. Like I said before, it's not my favorite, but it's worth a try. Their sweet potato, deep fried sweet potato, was pretty good. I would have to say a lot of these fried foods are a little bit on the drier side since they have been sitting under a heat lamp for a while, but they do pack a really nice flavor and the crispiness is still there. So another one is fried dumplings, and Korean traditional fried dumplings usually are very simple. They have glass noodle inside and they just wrap it up and deep fry it. And this is a very popular street food. But there's also a nice trick that you like to try, that I like to try, and that is to dip it in the tteokbokki sauce. And that makes it so much better. I highly recommend you guys dip your fried food in the tteokbokki sauce. Last but not least, I was super surprised by this fried chicken. It was very juicy, tender, dark meat, and it was really surprised me because this is, like I said, a tteokbokki restaurant, but it had some really amazing fried chicken. So we are at our third and final Tonkatsu trip and journey, where the first two places I introduced you guys to a more expensive one, then the second one's a little bit more cheaper, in a buffet style. Now we're in the heart of Hapjeong, which is area next to Hongdae University, and we're gonna try out this last place, which is more traditional style type of Korean Tonkatsu. So let's go and let's check it out. All right, guys, so I'm super excited about this because at these places they only serve one thing, and that is tonkatsu. And they do a traditional style of Korean tonkatsu where they have different versions of cuts of meat, but we ordered the regular tonkatsu because I really want to try what's their number one thing on the menu. Plus we also ordered a fish tonkatsu, so we have a little bit of variety. And the great thing about Korean restaurants, and especially traditional Korean restaurants, is that you can pick your own side dishes. So they have a side dishes bar where you can grab several things along with your meal. So these are the 3 different things that you can get. The first one is kimchi, and that's like a regular side dish everyone knows. And these sweet pickled radishes, which are also very common when you come to Korea. It's because it breaks up the greasiness of fried foods. And then we have some Korean chilies. So everything is self-served at your self-serve bars. You can get anything you want and however much you want. Okay, so the first thing that very traditional tonkatsu places have is cream soup, and this is super Korean thing. I'm gonna we put some pepper on there, but it's just cream sauce. And usually you can get these at the packet at supermarkets. So very thick. Let's take a bite. It's kind of like a mushroom cream soup, so there's a little bit of a mushroom flavor to it.
이거 맛있다.
Very good. Kind of bland. There's not really much flavor to it. That's why it's up to you to kind of add a little bit of flavor to it, like pepper. They also give you traditional type of, it's kind of like Japanese cabbage chopped up, and they give you a Thousand Island kind of sauce to it. Salad dressing. Let's try the sauce, the dressing here.
맛있어. Very fresh.
Thousand Island, I think homemade sauce, or it could be like Costco. Because I see a lot of Costco stuff here. So the price that we ordered for this one, the regular one, is 8,000, so about 750. And then we also ordered the fish, which is about 9,000, so it's about $8, $8.50. So it's a really good price, really cheap. I think, yeah, it's really affordable, especially in this neighborhood. It's a good neighborhood to get some really good food for cheap price, affordable price. So I guess this is like the appetizer. The soup's good. It's nice and warm. It keeps, kind of revs up the stomach to get you, your stomach going for the real food. The cabbage or lettuce is supposed to expand your stomach, so this helps you eat more. It's cold, nice and refreshing. Okay, so my wife got the fish one, and it has some tartar sauce and some potatoes, it looks like, and it comes with some soup there. And I got the regular one. Yeah, eat it. Have some potatoes and then a little bit of some traditional Korean soup there with some gravy sauce. Oh, I'm excited to eat this. All right, so I love how there's like flakiness. You guys can hear the crunchiness of this. I'm not a sauce kind of person, but let's try it with the sauce. Freshly battered. Alright, let's try it. Bon appetit. Mmm. Very crunchy, flavorful, very home cooked kind of taste. Really good. Let's try it with the sauce.
Try this one.
With the gravy. Alright, I'm gonna try it with the gravy. This one looks like a tomato type of base. And it has some little bit of vegetables. Mmm. Mmm. Definitely a tomato base, I feel. They have some, looks like oven baked mushrooms too. This is something new. I've never seen this actually. Mushrooms are so juicy. And the oven baked it. Okay, so we just found out that they gave us two types of cuts of tonkatsu. So the one my wife gave me, this one is hire.
I mean roast.
Oh, roast. Is a roast katsu, so you can see like it's dark meat here, and then this one is hire, and this one is more like white meat. You guys can see a little bit white, very juicy, and then the roast. So let's try this one, the roast. Usually the roast has more flavor, yeah. All right, here comes the roast. Dark meat. It goes both ways. I feel like, for me, the roast has more juiciness to it, and then the hire is more like a chicken breast, so it's a little bit drier, but it still packs a lot of flavor. It's really good, both of them. Okay, so let's try the tartar sauce on here. They got some fried fish. Oh, can you guys hear that? The crunch on it. I don't know what kind of fish that is. Maybe you guys can tell me, but it looks delicious. All right, here we go.
Good. Variation too.
It's so crunchy. It's like literally the best fried fish tonkatsu I've ever had. It's like kind of like I said fish and chips, but better. Has a lot more flavor, and the tartar sauce has so much flavor in it. It's a rich, creamy, a lot of mayo and pickle kind of flavor. Oh, it's amazing. Let's try a little bit of kimchi. Maybe it looks like had a homemade kimchi too. Yep. Tastes homemade. Less salty. It's still salty, but less salty than you would get from a store-bought one. Really good. Let's try this pepper. Is it salt? Is it spicy? Okay, let's try. Oh, that's some spicy. Very spicy for me. So we found out that the fish is pollock. Oh, this is so good. Flaky. Wonderful. Fish doesn't taste frozen, it's very fresh. Right? It seemed like really fresh, right? The batter is so crunchy. So crunchy. So delicious. Which one do you like more, the fish or the tonkatsu?
Fish.
Yeah, me too. For this place, I would have to say the fish is better than the tonkatsu. But the tonkatsu is really good too.
Tonkatsu is
Yeah,
bad.
doesn't mean it's bad. It just means the fish is really good.
Fish, it means fish is really good.
I saved the best for last. All the fish is left. And I'm just eating that with the rice. It's a very hearty meal, let's just say, but really satisfying at the same time. The fish is so fresh that it kind of crumbles when you take a bite into it. That's how fresh it is. It's not dry. You know how when you have fried fish, it's sometimes dry in the middle? This one's not. It's juicy on the inside. And that crunch on the outside, that's where it's at. Take a look at that. Nice big chunks of pollock. And the tartar sauce, they mixed it with some, looks like some mustard a little bit. Very creamy, very rich tasting. So overall, a very good experience. Affordable, quiet, mom and pop store. That's the kind of business I like to support in Korea, because it's all super creative, especially in this neighborhood, which is considered to be like a creative neighborhood. The culinary part also shows because it's an art, as well. So I like the two combinations together, like physical art and food art together. So I would have to say this is one of the best places that I've ever been to in Korea. This place just gets better and better. They have a coffee machine, and this is like really super Korean thing at a restaurant. So after you eat something, you can have a cup of coffee, and it is free. They have a whole bunch of mugs here that you can get. So I'm just gonna get this one here. And yeah, we're gonna get some free coffee. Is it Americano or latte?
Americano.
Yeah. So we have some strong Americano coming out.
The strong weak.
Strong and weak. I'm gonna go for weak. They have sugar for you too, if you want some sugar. And they also have some sugar too. This is amazing. Usually they don't serve it with sugar. Throw it in there. Alright, so let's try some of this coffee here. It's Americano. Freshly ground. Although it's dinner time, people drink coffee after their meals in Korea, so it's perfectly normal.
I like the atmosphere right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Especially after eating something greasy, this really hits the spot. Yeah, I like drinking hot stuff, so this is the way to go after a nice greasy meal. A cup of coffee like this, best way to end the meal and experience. All right, guys, so I'm all caffeined up, filled up, and what an amazing experience. I would have to say this last place, surprisingly, we went there for tonkatsu, but their fish katsu was even better. So I would have to give it, out of the 3 places that we went to, this last place is the best experience. But I would highly recommend you guys to go check out the other 2 places for different take on tonkatsu, because each level of price has their own benefits, and the taste is different, quality is different, but I've been here long enough to kind of tell that price has a big, impact on the quality, but also you can't beat creativity. And I think you can't really beat creativity when it comes to, the sauces that you use, or, you can really feel the love that they put into this last place. So let me know down in the comments below which of the 3 places you enjoyed and which of the 3 places you would most likely eat. Please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. Don't forget, we have some merch in our store, so go ahead and check that out as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.